Collective energy. Use and take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. This one keeps dropping on my lap. If I offend you, talk to your demons. So leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. If I offend you, please leave all the rest to your demons, because certain people could be having a tower moment. They could be feeling offended now, because now they're getting awareness and looking at their self, their attitude, the choices that they made, and when it was not being balanced within their mind. They may be having a tower moment, getting higher clarity. That's when you're looking now, it's that heart, it's that enlightened, energetic gateway. That's when you get that enlightenment, because it's that process, the internal information. It's that way, it's aligning those thoughts, those feelings. It's emotional, it's mental states. That's when you get towers, stress, and it's that wheel of fortune to be able to change, go, move for this justice. You could be getting justice. That's you. That crush, vibes, smiles, sparks, enlightening, daydreams, rewriting, the ending, those butterflies. It's that stage, a riot, all up inside of you. That's when you're moving with love. You're gaining introspection, getting grounded, steadfast, organized. Somebody could be traveling. You could be traveling, because an opportunity for you to travel for work or business, or you might be even attending a convention or even training that will even enhance your skills, your abilities. It's a part of that devotion. It's devotion with love. When you're empowering and creating and speaking and got compassion and you've got that inner peace and you're able to know your self-worth. And that's you accepting, having that complete trust within yourself. That's the divine. That's when you're mastering your craft, because that's you enabling yourself to reflect on your emotional state. But you're looking to be able to contain that information about personal experiences. That's mirrors. That's when you're mastering, because that's a part of your gift. Welcome home. It's that sanctuary, decompression, and that's unconditional love. Your authenticity, sitting and standing in your foundations. Someone could see you as a lawyer. You could just be seeing a lawyer. Somebody could be seeing you as that sacred foundation, because they scared to go deep. Certain people were scared to go deep within their heart, their mind, that higher clarity, introspection from the divine. Quit trying to please others. If you're not happy, how can you make others happy? So sorry if I offend you. Talking to people's demons. Stop trying to be able to please them because of their demons. That's because of their ego. That's because they lack capacity to have that understanding, to be able to understand, don't connect to their heart. That's their mindset about thinking. You're like that Parakrama, Bhava. That's that willpower. You got that bravery. And that's like, you're looking, because that's you gaining wisdom. It's your quickness of knowledge. You're speaking, your verbal, mental quickness. People can't take it. Because Chronicles 15, they're like lack faith. Because their mindset don't know how to grow, institutionalized within their mind. Poor heart, not able to stable, not able, not stable, underneath that table. Now they're looking about underneath that table 10. Feeling stress and conflicts. It's like a karmic cycle too, when they're looking at that feminine 20. Now it's judgment taking place. Because the old Akashic records, it's a spiritual energetic library into that mind. That's when you have to look, because it's looking back to that enhancing the heart, and it's both the receptor and it's a transmitter of energy, continually interacting, and that's internal energetic energies. It's looking at the ways of your reality and how you shape your reality, the way you speak, your language, that vibration that you're putting out into this world. You have to look. It's that thoughts, emotions, intentions from the past. It's present, future events. Soul, royal, battle royale, resilience. That's that inner conflict, social critic. It's struggles for that survival, eternal struggle and inner strength. That's looking at that ego, and that's that dragon. It's locking in combat, timeless, eternal struggles, deep inner turmoil, a state of intense emotional and psychological distress. It's crashes by conflict emotions. That's looking at times and feelings that lead into that confusion. So they had confusion, no balance within their mind. You had to keep on moving forward. That's why they're having that tower moment. So you had that knowledge, and that's laying up late nights questioning who we really are. So now they could be questioning who they really are, because that's that talk to that demon inside, the Akashic records. You're seeing that devotion, gaining that balance, the physical and the mental, because you hold it, maintained your value when no reward. So you hold it, you maintained your values, even when you didn't get no rewards. That was you standing and having that complete trust within yourself. So certain people having a tower moment now, they're looking back towards you and they can see that you was caring, providing, you're courageous. They're able to take that strength and act. They acted with energetic energies. You went towards those new beginnings, transformed. Now someone could be looking back towards you, trying to gain that insight. Maybe wanted to be able to come towards you. 8 of Wands, quick and fast, communication, momentum. You've seen people put willpower to block you and stop you. Because you be defending them, because you be speaking how they was idealistic and they was jealous of you because they're bad mind spirit, corrupted sins. That's when you soldier, when you come around fake people and they just dress up like wolf in sheep's clothing, and you have to look at these wolf in sheep's clothing who's not wanting to transform because they're doing certain things for obsessions. Great willpower, but they didn't see you had that strength. You was like Daniel in the lion's den. You was brave, you was courageous, you was that one to be able to tame the lions. Now they're looking back at you because it's that quick box, slap, bitch, slap, bop, 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 turn around transformation, or because of your mindset when you're moving about money and things that was in the secret, who's dominating over what resources, who's trying to control who. So you have to gain this identity because there are things what's in like holding, and you've got that willpower, and it's that movement for a power of abundance. People's coming like a great abomination. It's like mental, psychological, try to block you in your growth, and you have to look at those links to be able to stay. You had that discipline and strength. It was that spiritual and personal. You looked because that was a part of that perseverance when you had to ask God to grant you the serenity to accept things what people cannot change. And now they're looking now because of things when you said how you offended them. 10 of Wands, they feel like defeated, blocking and stopping, all trying to hold you down. Why? Because you can see this Akashic records. 3 of Cups put you in love triangles, out socializing with other people, your lover, the choices that they're making, who was supporting who's speaking with that high clarity to be able to gain that strength for you to be able to transform. That's you looking at that strength of inside yourself, get an introspection. What do I need? What do I like? What do I want? That's when you have to go. Change. When you're in Pluto, it's that transformation. It's that power. You have to look about the shifts in life. Past lives, previous lives. What's coming to this present life. What you're here for. Love. Do you wish that love? Those family members and friends. Was you standing in that high priestess energy? Was you being creative? Was you being caring? Was you nurturing? Was you supporting? Was you using your intuitions? When you was with these relationships? We were supporting and enabling other people, or who was blocking and lying, trying till they come and it's stopping and you have to look. It was a karmic cycle. And yeah, then you look back and then you look back and he was steadfast and he was organized. Then you look back and you have to gain more understanding, start overstanding about these family members and friends and the people that you had in your community who was around you socially. Because they're the people there to be able to block you, and you have to get that introspection. This could be a masculine, 7 of Cups, family members, friends, relationships. They could see you as that part, that whole 7. They're thinking, oh my gosh, you was there thinking I had so many options. 2 of Cups, now they can see that's a reward. You gave yourself that love. You had to pour your cups into yourself. You had to give yourself that support. Now they maybe won't come in quick. They may be looking some support off you. Creative support. They need confidence. They maybe lack confidence, lack stability. They need nurturing. They was in a childlike spirit. People was blocking you for speaking, for money, possessing, partners, choices, a feminine. That's when you have to start connecting back to your emotions, your heart, getting that alignment for the assignment. They're having stress. Now there's somebody who wants to be able to quick come in and be creative, compassionate, come with this love. Maybe they take you out socialising, a party, and you could hear that people's out socialising, partying, add extra energies in that childlike spirit. Now you have to look because it's caused stress and conflict. They weren't growing, they were slowing. All of a sudden those emotions start filling in. You had to fill up your cups because people wasn't listening to the Akashic records. If you offended people when you were speaking, you connected, you seen that spit, it was that battle royale. They was battling with their mind, their heart, their body and their soul. They wasn't spiritually, mentally, emotionally collecting. Their mind, their thoughts, the way they thought, they was conflicted. They didn't have balance. You had to pour into your cup. Nurture yourself, love yourself. Have that boundaries in place. You had to identify, put an end in. It was like the unaliving moment. transform, change, give yourself back that care and compassion. Now these divine feminines, masculines, now they're all of a sudden they're transforming. Now I feel Seven of Pentacles, and that's that persistence now, that hard work. You know, you have to put that hard work in, and you start gaining clarity about a certain career. So you could see somebody could want to give you an offer about a job. You could be getting an offer for a job. So maybe want to come and work with you. They could be gaining higher clarity in regards to you. Now they could see that making positive choices. They may be wanting to come and work with love. Work with love towards you. A lover may want to offer you a job, a partner, relationship. Take this all as it resonates. Big moves, big changes, big moves, big moves, big moves, big changes. So that's momentum coming. They became comfortable with their death at that specific moment. So that's a transformation, unaliving. That's that moment. And it was time. And they felt able to be able to leave a family, to be able to take the stress out the whole system. The bridge is love. They want to be alive. They wasn't hurt. They was hurt. So they finding that bridge. That's that bridge, that mental bridge, that emotional bridge. That intuition's connecting to their heart. Now they want to be able to come and get awakened, because that's that oneness. Support. My nose is itching. They like yeast, unleavened bread, negative in influences, sinful, socializing, drinking, out partying, not connecting to their mind, not trusting their gut feeling, not having compassion towards other people, speaking negatively, aggressive, controlling dynamics, hypocrisy, and corrupted enough to corrupt a whole community. So they could have corrupted with great strength and willpower, spell work blocking, illusions, psychological aspects, because the way how they speak with their mind. The Most High will share secrets, making your life futile. So you got that great spiritual wisdom, flying through, The Most High, the divine, your spiritual guides, your ancestors, the spirit within inside of you, higher clarity, gain knowledge. You was taking the action. It was just coming quick. Different dynamics, different perspectives, driven. And it was driven through jealousy. You had to look and start thinking. You had to look at the different dynamics and optimistics. Who was dominating power? You had all the resources, the Most High's resources, because it's judgment of the Most High. Walk with the Most High. When you have crises, He'll take it and make it the most highly favored gift from difficult situations. That openness, even when you wasn't getting rewards, even when you weren't getting the rewards, the Most High seen your hard work. You had compassion for yourself, gave yourself that love, stayed in that high priestess energy. You was an empress. You wasn't able to grow. You gained wisdom. You seen about these occultists blocking you, speaking, spell work, paying money to control you. Your masculine could even pay feminine to pay to do spell work on you. No, got to agenda. It was real quick. Did I see who I just seen? Oh, so they got two agendas. Real quick. Did you just see? You just seen that openness now. You're going to see? Because you better wake up. La Russia voice. Goddess Queen, just me, 23. So they better wake up. You better wake up. Because that's that openness. Conscious, subconscious, consciously awake. Spiritual boxes out here. No joke. You better wake up, because that's when you gain that balance, and you have to look at those structures, those firm foundations, because they're becoming comfortable with their death, and it's that specific moment in time, and that old bridge is love, and they want to be able to come alive. Ace of Wands, they want to be able to come alive. They fully want to be able to come alive, and that's that strength and that willpower to be able to come towards you now, because they're gaining higher clarity. That's getting concerted, because that's that whole body. You know, you feel it in your whole body, your whole heart, the way you're wanting and what you're needing, and the way you're going to need it, because that's that Aries energy. Actions, they may be conflicting now because about the actions, and that's that energy that you feel. It's a powerfully divine, guided one from the Most High. They're in that hangman position. That's when you're getting that support now, gaining information, looking at yourself, connecting to those emotions, ending those karmic cycles, looking out for the master in the real craft and the mistress to your system, because they could have been systematically approached for money, feminine energy, or for extra energies on money and what they was around for. They may be looking back towards you now because it's that chariot. They may want to get on that chariot to come, because they're thinking now, ending them cycles, listen to their spirit within inside of them. They're getting that high clarity awakening. It's ricocheting straight through their body. They need to release their self. They may be just looking for that support because they're in hermit, sitting, introspection, high clarity. Even this feminine could be in introspection. The masculine could be getting in their feminine energy connected to their emotions. And they can now look, see their values. They was being stubborn and it was about mourning because of the mindset, releasing that materialistic mindset, getting higher introspection about certain people who was doing this occultist, this spell work, blocking them, so they were spiritually blocked because this 3 of Pentacles for money and who they was working with. Now they could be looking back towards you, want to work with you. 10, see use that whole 10 of Pentacles. That's that devotion. That's that devotion. How deep is your love? Like the ocean. Draw 2 angel cards. I ain't got angel cards down here. Hold up. I said draw 2 angel cards. We've got the love angel cards. Someone may be on a honeymoon. You may be hearing somebody's gone on a honeymoon. They got married, they're on their honeymoon. Somebody could be looking towards you. I want to take you on a honeymoon. It says worth waiting for. That's worth waiting for. So it's worth waiting for this news, this information. It's divine timing. It's at work within your love life. Oh, that's waiting a minute. I'm not even going to look. Just one more card. 2's flipped out. Oh, it says romantic feelings, retreat, passion, ignited. So somebody could be thinking about you, romantic feelings, their retreating, passion's ignited. Ask yourself, when am I inside this show? Who am I inside this show? So you could be saying, who am I inside this show? This 3-piece, this love triangle, people are trying to put you in. The family's family, friends, when you're creating, how you're speaking, who are you, standing in your power, because it's Chronicles. You've got Chronicles 1, 5, 2. So someone's getting balanced, they're having judgmental, they're acting that devil energy. They could be releasing, gaining high clarity information, transforming, changing the mind, balancing the mental as well as the spiritual. That's looking at their self now, the choices that they made when they was being a fool. They could maybe want to be able to take a leap to be able to come and give you this balance. It's either side. That's a gateway. That's the other side of reality. That's a shared pleasure. You be looking at that bridge. It's connecting. It's like the astral to the physical world. And you're like a divine figure. You're like an enlightened prophet. You're enabling people to be able to grow. And even in that lowest times, you're enabled to be able to look deep. And that's looking at that thermal, like an ocean of emotions. And that's an envelope, even all existent. That's all existence. And you be like a master of the universe. You've got that ability to be able to transverse different planes of reality when you're descending into and ascending out of one world to the other. That's realms, feelings, thoughts, emotions. You could be saying, I'm happy. Someone can look at you and feeling that you're happy. They can see you're standing in your power, even though you're not getting your rewards, you're happy. Why rush to get married? So you could say, why rush to get married? It's all as it resonates. One, we could have been rushing, traveling, thinking. Now they're seeing that smiles, sparks, it's lightning, dreams, rewriting, that ending. Why rush to get married? Ooh. This energy vampire releasing. It's that drains up friends. They bring in fatigue as gifts. Distance gives her glow. So they would have been not blocking their self, not moving forward, putting their self in karmic energies. They binded their self around you. Release those karmic energies. You transform. You let go. Oh. Intimacy issues. They could have had intimacy issues now, and it craves that fire, yet fears the burn of intimacy. So they could be having intimacy issues. That's because of their mindset, aggressive, angry, attitude, passion, and rage flowing through them. It's that secret to be revealed. So you could be seeing secrets to be revealed about this feminine energy that they was around. and it says slay the room. You continuously stay in the room because you've got the key, you've got the secret, you've got that balance power, and it's unrequired love. So they're around certain people, you could be feeling this is unrequired love. They're at that point now, they're ending this cycle. They could be saying, all right, it was a round of feminine energy, gaining introspection about these people. It's unrequired love. It's worth waiting for. You just take this time, because now I'm gaining this higher clarity. That's the romantic feelings are igniting, because they're getting that gateway. It's that gateway to opening emotions, thoughts and feelings. It's like an EMR. It's helping that spiritual caregivers to be able to take account for what they are doing and studying. That's improving their own practice, your own practice. That's psychic, like even looking at the electromagnetic radiation. You're just self-programming. You've got those waves of electromagnetic field. You're just conveying momentum. It's like that radiant energy that's through your body. It's just improving your medical records, improving your own quality of care of yourself before you can provide for others people, because it's your values to be able to recover. It's mental health facilities that's be lacking. It's just having that focus on your own personal abilities to be able to live a satisfying life, helping, contributing to life. And that's despite mental health challenges. Rather than solely aiming for that cure, it's looking at the systems, freeing yourself that state of mind, and it's just doing to turn in the work in. It's person-centered on you. Those divine feminines and masculines, they need to be able to empower themselves. They need to foster their own strengths, promoting their self-esteem. It's trying to put in that ego out there and that aggression, because I just want someone to hold me and rock me through the night. Now they want someone to hold them, rock them through the night. Emotion. They was holding their self, rocking their mind through the night, because all up in their mind, stress, drinking. Only speak on what is needed to do so. No weapons forged against will and shall not prosper. So those family members, friends, when they're speaking these bad words towards you, inflicting things, no weapons formed against shall not prosper. Speak love, speak life. They've got no inner peace. They lack strength. They lack that capacity to have that inner standing to be able to overstand, to even nurture their self as well as others. They can't block you. So no matter what they try to do, and you're trying to block you, you're staying in the room. They can't block you. Disrespected their own mum. Do respect for you or themselves. So they disrespected their own mum, so they couldn't have respect for you nor themselves, because they was in a childlike spirit, stubborn, controlling, got this aggressive energy, coming with continuous rage. That's their mindset, spiritual, Christian, religious background, institutionalized within their mind, because it's what I think and what I want and how I need it. They're not looking at that principle, father, woman, husband, child, and that's looking at your occupation, acting as like that playground, and it's learning. They wasn't having that manners and respect, that dignity when they was travelling, and looking at the devotion. When you got this devotion to your mum and who you're supposed to be caring for, providing for, because the values, that's like recovering your mental mind. And you're looking at the devotion and who you're devoted to and what's honouring you, because that's looking at the resolution for the key, mastering those keys, those fundamental keys, emotional keys, financial keys. That's where you got respect to you encompass, and you're looking at that language, and it's a spiritual language. That's when you're learning different planes. I look at it from reality, mastering your craft. It's communicating in depth to that soul, awakening, putting that bridge. So you're looking at your life's purpose. Who's there in your life? And what is it working for? And what are you working for? Because it's your public legacy. And when you're contributing to society, enabling people to encompass those emotions, even your status, your position, what you're holding in the world, when people are trying to block you, because your image, how you put yourself out, certain people put it out with a bad, negative attitude. They're like ignorant, they're aggressive, controlling, stubborn. You're looking to yourself, and that's in that complete creating that karmic cycle. You have to take actions, because it's all, you're like creating that one who's in Dharma, you're the karma, because that's that acting bridge. You're the bridge between the internal state and that higher world around us. They have to get connected to their self, like their energy and the way how they feel and what feels good for you, because it's actually acknowledging your heart. It's inherited. It's that ability to be able to look and protect yourself. It's the energetic frequencies you're putting out there, words, feelings, thoughts. It's that inheritance, divine inheritance. That's where you're connected to your spiritual guides, your ancestors. You're going deep. That's when you're moving with love, compassion, joy, peace. You're caring, you're nurturing, you're enabling people to grow. That's that inner standing to be able to overstand when you're mastering your craft, because what you possess, and that was inherited from you, from your ancestors, from mother, father, figures, issue from other fathers. Speaking your mind, how are you going to be able to digest that and have that oneness within inside of you to have your creative skills, to be able to speak with unconditional love? And that's unconditional love with the experiment to be able to return. So even when people are doing you wrong and you see upset and getting you in your thoughts, you see you still got holding compassion because people don't have love within inside of their heart. You have to keep on giving it to you because that was a part of your gift. And now they're looking at the resolution because they're trying to block you, speaking bad words, doing a great aggression. So they didn't have that discernment. So you wasn't able to have that discernment. They didn't have that higher discernment. They wasn't spiritually, emotionally collecting. They didn't critically think. They wasn't able to analyze how you provide that service, how to be of service, how to be of cheer. And when you're providing your service, people wanted to block you for your inheritance. So you wasn't able to grow. Like if it connect out of space, they didn't enable to connect the outer space, connect to the divine, because that was your inheritance, a part of your craft. They was trying to be a serial unaliver. It was coming out in reverse. Family member, friend, unaliving you with words, unaliving you with making you not being able to be creative, unaliving you with your job, unaliving you with the choices that you're making, like you're not making a positive choice. And when you're expressing around certain groups, their mindset to the way how they learn your skills, because they didn't mountains, you wasn't able to unblock those mountains because you had that bridge. You was that interconnectedness to see the things in the unknown. You wasn't able to dive, go bob. You was being able to weave these people in that occultist. They was trying to block you, so you weren't able to move. This was people, Christians, spiritual people, people who thought they was wise, better than you. They didn't want you to be able to grow and have that compassion, to be creative, speak to other people and be nurturing. How you're going to be on artistic flow to be creating your skills. They was having a fear. They see, and they could have had a fear on them too. Colton and working against them, not making them have that discernment, so they wasn't transforming. That's when you're stuck in that underworld obsession. 6, service, what you're providing, who you're working with in that community. Mountains to be able to block you, so you're not able to see that way. So you're not got that insight. High awareness, occultist, spell work, blocking, stopping to blind you. So you want aware 1, 2, 3, 5 people. So there's more people involved, speaking, talking, trying to get authority, or because when you're traveling, and when you're traveling, your mind's the one to have travel, take over your mind as well, your thoughts, your feelings. Right, let's get some of this. It says, Karmic Bex, you ruined my new address. Well, I'll buy you a new one. I wanted you naked. I wasn't going to wait. Karmic liking, divine masculines, logic. So that family member, friend, you're going to see that extra energies in that community with your partner, the masculine, your family, your friend, your feminine, ex, current, take it all as it resonates. I'm a master thief, notorious for my abilities to find anything, anywhere. I'm a collector of treasures and secrets in all the ray leaves. Faye, know who the honoured hook is, even never seen my face without a honoured mask. So they never seen your face without honoured mask, caring, nurturing, providing, supporting, assisting, enabling people. They could be looking for a mask now because they've got to be able to gain introspection because of the things that they've got in the unknown. They didn't have discernment. They tried to take my bitch, ain't no more. So somebody tried to take yours, ain't no more. And my feet in both worldly, spiritual. You know you got your feet in both the worldly and the spiritual. You got to know, divinely guide yourself, get interconnected with the Most High. One thing in nothing, I got divine feminine. Remember her, she on my mind. So one thing in nothing, I've got her on my mind. They wasn't thinking when they was moving. They was just analysing about you. Now all of a sudden thinking about you. It's the cultists hiring their mind now, getting higher clarity. I don't know how long I'm stuck in this strong existence. May job be secure, deeds, and for decades, maybe not here at all. So they could have been in that occultist, that mindset, not thinking, maybe in that mountains, not able to travel higher. They don't know how long they've been in that mindset, that state, clouded judgment, clouded sleepwalking. 16-year-old illegal, disgusting. So they could say, child unaliver, 16-year-old, illegal, disgusting. Smoked tweed, cause illegal, some states, if caught. So you could see they were smoking tweed. If legal, in some states illegal, not if you get caught. But you know, when you're connecting and you're burning that weed, you got that higher clarity. You're unable to see those NPCs. You got that quick thinking, on point, on guard. You're not the one who's sitting down drinking up alcohol, turning full. Didn't know the rule, so they don't even know the self, and they can't even find their self. You were spiritually, mentally, emotionally connected by the time you burn your little tweet. And the Most High give you the messages. You start writing down, start speaking back about these family members and friends when they was travelling and trying to take authority, causing damage to block you, thinking that they was some big notorious bone collector out here mashing up people's business, and now they can see the master falling. They didn't have that discernment. They thought they was feasting. They didn't realise you was feasting with your resources, the spiritual resources, transforming, changing, getting that introspection, looking at your inner thoughts. You was gaining guidance from the ancestors, the spiritual guides. They came in quick and fast to provide you with that knowledge. And it's time to celebrate your hard work and even your small wins. Unexpected income or a pay raise on the horizon. So you could be getting fast, quick coming in towards you. Some pay raise, action, that people can see your hard work that you're putting in. People trying to unalive you. Choices. So they're like looking now because there's many options. I got options. So what you don't doubt yourself, trust in your instincts to be able to make the best possibilities, to make that right decision, to keep going forward to the north because there's no dwarfs in the north. When people are trying to unalive you, staying positive because you see it from your perspective, high clarity. Because one thing, in knowing nothing, divine feminine, I remember she's on my mind. Now you're always on the mind. Because they was unsteady learning styles. Their mindset, they was not spiritually, emotionally, mentally connected. They could see you're a mentor. They're all up in their feelings. They may be needing to be able to seek a mentor, to be able to gain higher clarity because they're in their mind. Discovering. They're discovering one thing. You're always on their mind, trying something new, exploring options will help you learn and grow. Opportunities with waiting for what you discover. So you're just exploring options, gaining higher clarity, grounding yourself. You're gaining introspection. You're seeing like the black, the white, the grey areas of life, trying to find that balance because that's you feasting with knowledge, and that's looking at those horizons because you know more to come, because you know people be smoking and it's illegal. These skills, your skills. Maybe because you're burning down and letting people know, smoking people out about this occultist and letting them know, like, well, you go to church, you're flicking fake anyway. So what makes you think that you're more worthy or more mightier? And when you keep talking about Jesus, how he's going to come down and give you this, all in now Jesus ain't coming because it's a skill within inside of you to manifest and create your arc. What have you got? How are you going to move? That's when you're shopping. If you're rethinking about making money in retail or online selling, this is a good sign to try it. It's also an opportunity to take your business online. So you could be taking your business online. You've got your skillful business. And when just like this, readers, writing, creating, making, anything, you're taking yours online, using it and enabling people to be able to grow with positive choices. So if you want a tarot card reading, feel free. Message, because I do readings. But everything has to be a cost because it's an energy exchange, and that's how you're able to be able to feast, create, make sure you discover, making positive choices, thinking about who you're working with and when you're working with these skills, and shopping, shop wisely when you're working. Put us on some good music. I want to do something freaky to you. So they could have didn't have that discernment when they was feasting, freaking in that underworld, the secrets. They kind of smart like a robot with skis. So they're going to smart with like a robot with skis. You better move. If you don't, someone will be calling and coming with them. So you better move. Being nosy, want to seek how you and the guy was last night. So certain people was being nosy. They may want to be able to come around and seek how you and that person was last night. No, we have something to tell you, Divine Feminine, about something we know. We thought you knew, and now you told us about Divine Masculine and someone you know, but she told us about Divine Masculine and someone you know, we know that you don't know, but maybe know the details of Divine Masculine. So you could be discovering some information about this feminine energy, a family member, a friend that was close to them, who was causing these illusions. They could be seeing that the way how they speak, that inheritance. They was putting mountains in place. You could be discovering because of your skills. Wow, those skills are nice. So they could be saying those skills are nice. Nothing popping off, but he be interesting. So certain people be saying nothing's popping off, but it's interesting. Those skills are nice. They could be looking at certain skills, watching other people. I'm going to take this one. It says, those who chose not to take heed or cultivate to be able to waver are going to need time to sit and think. Take it to the spirit. To be able to get foreign for my wrongs to present. They're looking now, they're looking to be able to quiet offerings. They're coming with some quiet offerings, working in ways that ain't acceptable. So you could be working in ways, discovering new choices that's not acceptable. They could have been working in ways that's not acceptable. Now they're looking for the rhythm. They're trying to find that rightful path because they're feasting and choices. So you could be celebrating, maybe having to take a choice, discovering, because that's that evening harvest, nourishment, sustains creativity, transformation, internationality. So you could be traveling, moving, foreign cultures. This could be different people, different backgrounds, and that's that harvest. When you're looking back, you're nourishing yourself with thoughts, knowledge, food, wisdom, higher clarity, introspection, grounded stability about homes, family, inheritances. That's like going back to the things that was in the unknown. You could be looking at these choices now because it's that act of order. They didn't have no order, no structure. The intentions, discipline. They didn't have no firm foundations, no discipline, no structures. That's when you're not got grounded. You're not using your intuitions properly. You didn't have compassion, lacked emotions. Wasn't sentimental, wasn't caring, wasn't a mother figure, father figure. That's when you're not nurturing and you have to look deep down. You're not looking at that spiritual connection, your mood system, the roots, that routine check that needed to get checked, that psychic, this mindset, their psychological selves. So they're discovering the unexpected glitch. That's when they felt like, oh my gosh, I was in the matrix. It's just unlocked. What the fuck? Oh my gosh, where the God? What happened? How did that happen? All these interruptions, patience, detachments, redirections. So you have to have patience. You detach from those family members and friends. Redirected yourself, cared for yourself, passion. You seen when people's disobedient towards your needs and the way how they were speaking, even the way how you spoke, because you were speaking with positivity, enabling people to look at their thoughts and gain that understanding. The family members and friends, they didn't like it because that you showed how they're spiritually mentally blocked. That was a part of your skill. They could be copying off you now because they're saying strike, breakthrough, mastery. You had the mystery. You was that master one to be able to master that primal thought, because that was that energy. It's a vibration frequency, which is that core element. You're unable to connect because you're reflecting that emotional state that contains information about our personal experience and memories. Strike, decisive actions when they was being wrong and they didn't have that alignment for the assignment. They was all up in their feelings and their mind because they was in that lower part. That's that 3 to 5 meters of your circumstances now, when you're only blocking your external energies, your mind, you thinking about being aggressive, controlling, not got that higher clarity. That's when you're not looking at your armor of God. They seen you have this armor of God, strike, 1, 2, check, 1, 2, 1, 3, come and mess about. I don't know what you think you're doing. Now they're getting this bad news. All of a sudden, can you feel the gratitude pull? That's energy. And they can see that glitch it's pulling them. It's supposed to. It's meet the divine feminine. So they've got a pull to meet you because they're connected to their heart, their emotions. They're in their head. We are here to help you, karmic, to sabotage the wedding. Not her to do that, nor are we. Oh, so the karmic's trying to come to sabotage that wedding, that masculine, having that high clarity and that awakening, having compassion, connected to their heart, looking about the groups who they was expanding and expressing with. Get out of their mind. Does she know them? Does she know them? So do you know these? Do you know these family members? Do you know these so-called friends that you grew up with? Do you know them? Your bestie, you really secured the bag. So someone could be telling you, you really secured the bag. Their brethren could be telling them, they really secured the bag. Put us on some good music. Oh yeah, we just read that one. And it says, when I was running, my hose was in my head. Put in my head. So when they was running, the hose was in their head. They put them in the head. Supercomputer process. You had that information. That was you connecting those seals. You had those divinely guided dots. Process, because life don't care if you're happy or sad. So have fun. Boat ride, look, smile, kiss. We don't know how much time we've got left to use it wisely. Relationship, every man's wrong for her. They end up marrying or with somebody else. The last part is you just provide support and encourage those divine feminines and masculines, family members, as well as friends, as well as the collective, empowering them to gain confidence, as well as yourself. That's enjoying activities. That's when you know you have to release, let it go. 2 holes in the bucket, F it. Really go pamper yourself, cleanse yourself, self-care, go Reiki, speak to somebody, go and look for an advisor, a counsellor. That's when you got to have that enjoy activities and release these things, because it's anxiety you're building up, and it's meaningful relationships to help reinforce your community, communication, even to do good, to get involved, gaining knowledge, good, making even positive choices, setting many tasks and goals, challenges to be able to develop your niche. That's you finding information, relevant information. Where are you going to get it from? Different groups and communities. And that's beyond. That's going past that illness, and it's recognizing your strengths. And that's you moving and looking at that purpose to relationships and the community, the collective. It's building positive support, relationships, every. That's crosses or even stronger. So when you get in your delivery, that's crossing even stronger. That's that faithful truth. Now it's standing as part, staying true, deeply helping and trusting against that majority. And when they had that complete trust, those belies, they didn't completely use it in a positive way, because they was going and they're looking now that major part of their self, their heart, those emotions, those thoughts, and that's because of their working ways. They may not have been acceptable to them. Now they're looking at their ways, because they need to be able to accept their thoughts, their mind, their attitude, their feelings, the way people speak. And when you're shopping, too busy shopping, thinking about the money and your values. J.I. Jiv, Joy, Joe, Oi, you're saying Oi. Vigilant, you could be being vigilant. Bio, you got that bio knowledge, your bio linked. You could say they could have been objective towards you. PDF. See. Their Christian mind. They could have been baptized. Foreign culture. Fobbing people off. Another B. They was chatting Bob. They could have said you was chatting Bob. Bob could be significant. They may want to bop towards you. Another O. Booth, born, over there saying but someone's born. Ron, John, there was a Conrad. Take this all, rip off, there was a rip off. Jinx, Jin, Jim. Bro, no, piff, pick, pock, pun, join, coin, could be Coinbase, boob. Could have spent money on a boob job. Imagine that. Vein. Finner. Fiver. 5. Could have had 5 backside boob jobs. And still look Bob. They could have had a Bob shop. Vaccine. Vacation. Runner. For some reason I don't know why. Joiner, provider, performer, you're a pioneer. Robotic, they're like robotic, they was like a robonoid. Take this all as it resonates. They're monitoring you. The minor, come, prom soon come. Take this all as it resonates. Gym, bomb,